Hello folks, time for some more Dragon Aging. I've noticed the view count's been going up on the Dragon Age videos, which is very, very nice. I've also noticed, in a weird way, the Dragon Age Origins videos are getting a lot of views now. I wonder if people start watching Inquisition and then they think, oh, he's actually played through the other two, and those two link into the world that he's playing in, I'll go and watch them. I'll know that's the case if Dragon Age 2 starts climbing as well. You know what I mean? After people have finished Origins, if that climbs as well. But thank you. Either way. I don't think I am going to monetize any of the Dragon Age content. Only because I know that that's not really what people want to watch. You know, eventually I will. If the views take off, I will. You know. But for now, you know, we're getting some nice figures. I think anything towards 50 views on every video, especially, look, we're on part 18 now, and this is part 20 something, but part 18 was just released the other day or today, and you know it's already got like 50 views, I think. So that for a part 18, that's pretty good. That's not too bad. I'm quite happy with that. So a lot of this stuff doesn't really mean that much, I'm afraid. You know, we're gonna help Josephine. We're gonna help all these other people. Great. We're gonna start doing these. Probably as part of a stream. I'm probably gonna like stream this, so we're all just effing around and having a talk as I go through these, essentially. Not now, obviously. But for now, we are doing the Frostback Basin. Then we are doing the Then we're going to do clean up. Obviously, we're going to go around cleaning up things, and we might even do the inner circle then, and do some stuff in the western approach, blah blah. Then we'll go and do probably Priest of Leon. Do that one after that. Then we will go and do the Deep Roads. Alright. Then we will go and do the Hissing Wastes. Then we will finish the game. Then we will do Trespasser, and that'll be the end of the game. I know. I love how I've got an army that's telling me to go and storm the Red Templar Stronghold. No, you go and storm the Red Templar Stronghold. The next few bits are going to be Jaws of Hakon, because it's quite a large DLC from what I remember. Essentially, it's a new area. When Jaws of Hakon or Hakon came out, I was not that impressed. Just going to say, I was not that impressed. Mainly because I just found that it was more of the same. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was just more of the same. Now, the Descent really impressed me. I love the Descent. I hate the ending boss battle, but I love the Descent itself. But the ending boss battle is bullshit. But I'm wondering whether it's still going to be that with this overpowered character that we're playing at the moment. Where is it? It's down here. Minimum suggested level 20. What level am I?
Crestwood has had no further trouble with the undead.
After what happened, it will take time for the village to recover.
Shut off. Stop talking about things that happened 19 hours ago, please. So that's level 20. What level am I? Because I might put that off for a little bit. Now I'm level 16, so I might put that off a little bit. Let's decide what we're going to do here then. We're at the war table. Let's decide what we're doing. Do we move the story forwards? Okay, this one doesn't have a suggested level. what I'm going to do? I'm going to go around doing shit. And we're going to start the descent. I think. In fact, it doesn't have a... I think the descent actually changes to your level as you go through it. So what we'll do... I want to go back to the western approach. And I want to fight this dragon. Whoop. That's what we'll do. Boom, boom, boom. I wonder if the tarot cards, right? I wonder if for certain characters it looks bad, but it's good. Because everything that Iron Bull's told us that we've seen, because I've seen him being really upset about the charges and like really annoyed and stuff. So I'm just wondering whether, just like tarot cards, sometimes a bad looking card can mean good. Can mean a good thing, you know? It's just something that I thought maybe. I really love the look of the western approach. It's cool. You guys can walk. I really love when Cassandra was like, these are the supplies that little man wanted. It's really funny. This is the part I don't like about this this part of the game. I want to find that dragon. I want to fight it, but you know, I don't find any of these bloody supplies. It really irks me when this slows you down. Do you know what I mean? It's like, come on, game. Things like this. Come on, give me the supplies. I just want to fight the fucking dragon. I've earned the right now. I'm way above the level that you want me to, but no. But no. Gotta go around looking for these fucking supplies. They're not gonna be here, are they? Because the camp's here. Is this them? Hope so. Guess not. How nice. Thanks, game. I'm guessing this is one of them. No, it's not. I'm very close to giving up on this guy's quest. I'm not doing this. I'm not fucking going around the entire yeah, do you know what? I'm not going around the entire desert looking for shit. He can fucking do it himself. I just wanted to fight the dragon, you know what I mean? And I guess the game's just not willing to play ball because I just wanna do that. When it's seeing this, look, you're gonna have to go down there, look around. Nah, we've got more important things. We've got more interesting things to do in the game. Goodbye. I'm done. Done with that. Goodbye. Yeah, find it yourself. We'll do some inner circle stuff. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll say we just came to check on how the situation's going and the Western approaches as a role-playing thing, but that's ridiculous. I'm sorry. Go away, BioWare. Go fuck yourself. Really fucking irks me. It really does. It really does. Oh, you want to fight the dragon, do you? Well, you know, you're going to have to find 5 of these fucking things. But we're not going to tell you where they are. Oh, no. That would be too easy. No, you have to search around for hours looking. No, go away. Go away. Not worth it. Sorry. Yeah, I know somebody designed that content, but, you know, maybe they should have thought about making it less annoying as we're going through the game. Right.
What happened here?
And where is the merchant we intended to meet?
Well, guess that's the end of him.
That must have been Vicinius.
I see Calpurnius sent Venatori to deal with him.
Let's look around. Shattered crystal. Let's find the pieces. Here's another one. The crystal's whole again, but hold on.
Lady Calpurnia, I had no intention.
I warned you of consequences should the slaves you bring me suffer in your care. Venatori, show him my displeasure.
No! Wait! Wait!
A dwarven relic for storing memories. There's 1 or 2 in Minrathous. Very rare.
Dagna might know what to make of it. It seems Vicinius angered Calpurnia by sending her mistreated slaves.
Really? Most Intervinter wouldn't bother to care.
She was paying a fortune for literate slaves. Why? What can slaves do that Venatori can't?
Just turn the volume up a little bit. Oh, that's why. Whilst we're here, whilst we are here, I think there's a Josephine quest here.
Smile and work. Don't need attention while already on
The Winter Palace
They who
assaulted.
stand before the
Duchess
corrupt and
Florian
the wicked, they
disgraced.
do not falter.
Oh, is this a place where you can buy? Oh, it is. Legion bed, dwarven bed, canary drapery. Okay. I mean,
Dating. How could you not see as much?
How odd that more men show up at the manor to support you. You and not I.
Oh, Maker, hear my cry. Guide me through the black night.
where's that?
Fill my heart against the temptations of the wicked. Make me
No, it's not.
rest in the
Okay,
warm
you just saying. Yeah. Bantegan and Trespasser wears the same thing. Weird.
Do you know where this noble wanted to meet us?
I do. The Comte Boisvert invited us to his mansion, not far from here. I pray he clears up the deaths of my messengers, as promised.
Lead the way.
Welcome, my friend.
Thank you for seeing us, Comte Boisvert.
The honor is mine. Please, sit. It's an honor to assist two such distinguished guests.
I hope helping us doesn't endanger you.
Hardly. Even a brush with someone as well known as yourself can become a great asset in Belroyo. Giving you the identity of those who murdered Lady Montile's messenger seemed the least I could do. Have you heard of the House of Repose?
The Assassin's League?
My contacts obtained a copy of a document in the archives. Contract for a life.
The House of Repose is hereby sworn to eliminate anyone attempting to overturn the Montilier's trading exile in Orlais.
Who's sending these assassins?
The contract was signed by a noble family. The Du Paraquets.
But the Du Paraquets died out as a noble line over 60 years ago.
Indeed. But the contract was signed 109 years ago.
How can a family try to kill you after they died out?
The Du Paraquets were our rivals. They drove the Montiliers from Val Royaux. This contract was drawn up over 100 years ago, but it wasn't invoked until I tried to overturn my family's exile.
Unpleasant though it may be, the House of Repose is merely fulfilling its contractual duties.
If the people who wanted your family dead are gone, why are the assassins still after you?
A contract is a contract, Inquisitor. Orlesian businesses live and die by their reputations. The entire guild's welfare would be endangered if an agreement was tossed aside on a whim of time or fate.
She's quite right, Your Worship. The House of Repose is doing what it feels necessary, by its standards.
I assume you have a thought or two on this, Josephine?
The Du Paraquets still have descendants under the common branch. If we elevate them to nobility, a Du Paraquet could annul the contract on my life.
That will take time, Lady Montilier. Time during which the House of Repose will be obliged to hunt you.
Will they now? You are exceedingly well informed. You're not to have said you'd heard rumors, at best.
A bit of subterfuge. This contract on your life is an ugly business. One the House of Repose deeply regrets. But this is Orlais. Even an assassin's word is his bond.
Does Comte Boisvert actually exist?
Absolutely. The Comte's offer to reveal the killers of Lady Montile's messengers was genuine. So was his information somehow. An end to be tied up later.
I thought you were remarkably well informed about a secret assassins guild.
We are hardly secret, my dear Inquisitor, just normally much more reclusive. The contract on Lady Montile's life is so unusual, we felt the courtesy of an explanation was in order.
It is appreciated, monsieur.
Your idea to seek out the Duparakette to revoke our orders is an interesting one. I wish you luck. I did not come to shed blood today, Inquisitor. Only to speak. Might I pass?
Why warn us about your contract and let us go?
In Orlais, it is only decent to inform those involved in a contract when extraordinary circumstances conspire.
And the guild's reputation would suffer if you ignored the contract. I quite understand.
Thank you, my lady. May we conclude with my departure?
Go, then.
Good day, Your Worship. My lady, I pray we never meet again.
Well, I didn't think our meeting would end like this.
We'll deal with these assassins.
I have some thoughts. Let's discuss them back at Skyhold. I'll feel safer with the castle's walls around me.
Do you hear something?
Oh, goodness. Comte Poivert, is that you? Oh, the lock's been broken off. We'll find a saw. I realize the cabinet is quite valuable, Comte, but surely... A locksmith, then? As you wish.
Yeah. Now that we killed a dragon, I think it's time to get rid of that throne. Just a thought.
The pen is mighty.
You were there. I have to know what it was like. The colors, the smells, the magic. I'm sorry, it's just so exciting. You went into the Fade. If you have time, Inquisitor, do tell.
Dagna, show me what you can do.
Do you want fire? The first ask is always fire. It's fire, isn't it? Here's how it goes. Bring me the rare stuff for enchanting or masterworks and prep it here, just like normal. Except it's not normal. It's manipulation of primal forces. And I'll make sure it goes just right. You'll see. They'll all see.
Okay, I guess she's not helping me yet.
I'm so sorry, Inquisitor. I never thought my family's trading status would trap us in an assassin's plot.
Between our soldiers and spies, Skyhold's safer than anywhere else in Thedas.
Yet the problem persists. I've tracked down the last Duparakets. If they become gentry, they can annul the contract on my life. We'll require a noble from Val Royaux to sponsor them, a judge to provide documents, a minister to ratify them.
It's so like you to take the longest course of action, even when your life is at stake.
I assume you already know everything about this mess.
There is a faster way, Josephine. The original contract on your life is in the vaults of the House of Repose. If my agents infiltrate it and destroy the original, the assassin will have no obligation to chase you.
Liliana, please. I want no more bloodshed over a personal affair.
Don't be so stubborn, Josie. How long will it take you to gather these favors in Val Royeaux?
Give me some time to think this over.
I'll post a watch on our ambassador in case the House of Repose visits.
I appreciate it, but I still believe elevating the Duparakets will solve this. First, we need to perform some favors in Val Royeaux. I'd be happy to discuss where we could begin. Any news on the House of Repose, Inquisitor?
You said I'd have to do some favors in Val Royeaux if we want to make the Duparakets lords.
The Countess Dion is our first step. Her lover, a mage from the White Spire, is missing. Bring her news of him and she'll be very amenable to sponsoring the Duparakets as lords.
Okay. Easy enough to do. I can imagine having a cooldown timer on this, how much bullshit that would be.
Let us begin.
Right, okay. So I want...
Any news on the House of Repose, Inquisitor?
What's the next favor we need to get these Duparakets a lordship?
We need a judge of the royal court to procure documents acknowledging them as nobility again.
Oh god, we gotta go back to Val Royeaux again. For fuck's sake. Where's the judge thing you told me to do? Oh, damn it.
I have requests for information on your lineage from a few...
Right. Don't talk about Justinia
Your
again.
trip to the merchant's home yielded results. Before she became leader of the Venatori, Calpurnia was a slave from Minrathous. Even slaves with magic are treated unkindly in Tevinter. If Corypheus freed her, no wonder she follows him.
What else does her past reveal?
It haunts her. Calpurnia has freed every slave she's purchased. Vicinius tracked his shipments. My agents will investigate. This may lead us to Calpurnia's lair. In the meantime, speak to Dagna. The crystal you found on Vicinius fascinates her.
I've just been down there. This is the thing with this fucking game sometimes. Go and do that thing you were gonna do last time and do it. Fucking. No. Tell me they couldn't just...
This is an amazing find, Inquisitor. The Shaperid in Orzammar had something like it.
Greetings to you too, Dagna.
They preserve voices, or a likeness, memories, you know? You don't know. Doesn't matter. The Venatori cracked it, but here...
These documents you found, Inquisitor, I've made interesting... discoveries.
Have no fear, demon.
But the power will draw them unless you have wards against possession.
Once you have become the vessel, demons will be beneath your concern. Prepare as I have directed.
I shall, Elder One.
Sod it. Oh, sorry. The crystal couldn't take anymore. Wasn't meant for this.
That looked like Corypheus and Calpurnia.
It was a memory stored in the crystal.
No, that was vital information. Did you see Calpurnia's expression? Their alliance may be less than harmonious.
Corypheus said Calpurnia was going to be a vessel. A vessel for what?
They spoke of power and demons. But Calpurnia is already a magister. Corypheus must have some other plan.
Dagna? Again?
Well, I'm no shaper, but I might be able to get it to remember new sounds.
Really? If we hid it among Calpurnia's belongings, imagine what we could learn.
Huh. I can split it and keep half here. We could hear her speaking right then. It's not how they're supposed to work, and it'll probably break. As I said, I'm no shaper.
Inquisitor, Calpurnia's Venatori have been digging up elven ruins. Tracking them might lead us to her. If this crystal were placed in a lair, I cannot overstate the value of what we might learn.
Dagna, do whatever it takes to get that crystal ready.
Right.
If there's a rift growing between Corypheus and Calpurnia, we must exploit it.
I'll have the crystal ready soon. I think. Let me find the Quicksilver.
Okay.
A moment of fashionable drama.
Then you've received word.
No mistaking an order from the Emperor. Please, calm yourself. You'll cause yourself
Inquisitor,
Celine
what
lives.
an unexpected pleasure.
She
You must have had a
understands.
long journey to the
Such
city.
scandal.
Might there be any
Some
news
of my
from this house?
associates.
Your standing will recover. You are broadly invested.
My world is at risk, my friend.
Welcome then. You'll finally join the rest of us.
Here's a letter from Ellerly. He's safe with his family in the Dales.
Oh, my Ellerly. Oh, bless you. The Dions will sponsor the Duparakets as a family deserving of a noble title, Inquisitor. You have my word. Now please, forgive my hastiness, but I must read Ellerly's words. Make her keep you.
Wish you could choose when you're loading back into Skyhold where you're going to turn up. Bit bullshit that you just get plonked around all over the place.
What happened here?
The House of Repose decided to pay a visit. The guards arrived in time, but I should have guessed the assassins would infiltrate the servants.
I want a tighter watch. The House of Repose isn't our only enemy.
It won't happen again, Your Worship.
Leliana assigned people to shadow me. They appear to have saved my life. I owe you everything, Sergeant.
Only my duty, Ambassador. I'll talk with the spy master about these murderous louts. She'll find how they got in.
Any news on the House of Repose, Inquisitor?
What's the next favor we need to get these Du Paraquets a lordship?
We need a judge of the royal court to procure documents acknowledging them as nobility again.
Very tempted to just go ahead and just murder them, to be honest with you. Okay, lots of stuff on Calpurnia, that's good. Is the George over here somewhere? Here we go. Yeah, the Legion George isn't in all A, which is a bit shitty of you, game, thank you. There you go, done.
Any news on the House of Repose, Inquisitor?
What's the next favor we need to get these Du Paraquets a lordship?
We must persuade Minister Belize to ratify the papers. She's in charge of these matters of rank. The minister will be at a small fete thrown by the Marquis Wiscott. I'll get you an invitation.
One more fucking thing. One more fucking thing. I'm very tempted to just go in and fucking burn it. So fucking stupid. Yeah, I don't care. Fucking do it. Enough, please. Imagine having to wait for those things to time out. It's annoying enough having to go back and forth all the time. I had to do that just to get an invitation to this fucking stupid party. Right. Sod it.
Thank you for seeing me in private, Minister Belize.
I chastise you for taking me from the party, Inquisitor, but the Marquis throws such dull affairs. It's hardly worth it. I assume you wish to discuss your petition to elevate these Du Paraquets to a minor lordship. Tell me, why should I allow you to pollute the Orlesian nobility any further than it's already been muddled?
Surely even a minister could do worse than have the Inquisition in her debt.
I am a well-positioned woman. I require something more concrete than vague promises of future gifts. And do not attempt to charm me. I am far too old to tolerate it. What can you possibly provide that will make your petition worth?
Diplomatic connections that reach far beyond the boundaries of Val Royeaux, perhaps.
I might make use of your ambassador. The Montiliers aren't what they were, but at least they're from proper stock. Arrange for me to be introduced to the court of Antiva. I hear winter is most pleasant by their sea. Very well, Inquisitor. Should you fulfill this bargain, I shall raise the Duparakets into lordship.
I think if you're single, when you go there, you can sleep with her. Or if you're a human, I'm not sure. One of the two. But, you know, that's something that they take out of your hands. The Inquisitor's pretty much a one-person, you know, person. He or she doesn't really sleep around a lot.
Inquisitor.
They do give you better sex scenes, though, I suppose.
I must return to Valrayo to see that everything is in order.
No.
Please join me when you can.
Game, just stop. Just fucking... Why not just have us do the fucking mission in the one place? This is why it's so annoying doing these fucking quests. Like, they just don't end. Back to here, off to there, back to here, off to there, back to here, off to there.
Ancient prisons they will sing. Dragons with wicked
Ridiculous.
eyes and wicked hearts.
Can we finish now, please? Thank you.
I received a letter from the House of Repose, Your Worship. They acknowledge their contract is null and void. There is no longer a price on my life.
It's good we can all get safely back to work now.
I regret we were forced to deal with them, that you were endangered by my part in the game. Did I ever mention I used to be a bard?
You were a singer.
Bards entertain the Orlesian court. They sing, play music, make charming conversation, and spy. Many young nobles put on a mask and practice playing the game in such a fashion.
What made you interested in becoming a bard?
I was attending a university in Valroyo when I learned about bards. There was such an air of romance about them. Stories of secrets, trysts, and fascinating people. A group of us, young gentry from Antiva, decided this exciting life was for us.
How did you go from being a wandering singer to an ambassador?
In a very sad fashion. During one particular intrigue, I encountered the bard sent to kill my patron. We fought. Or perhaps scrapped is the better word. Both of us terrified. We were at the top of a steep flight of stairs. The other bard threw a knife, and I pushed him away from me. You can imagine the result.
I don't see the fault. You survived, as did your patron.
But it was such a waste, Inquisitor. When I took off his mask, I knew him. We'd attended parties together. If I'd stopped to reason, if I'd used my voice instead of scuffling like a common thug, I'll always wonder who that young man would have grown into.
You're a moron.
You of all people should know you can't play the game without bloodshed.
Never as the first resort, Inquisitor. Never as a way that makes currency of lives. In all the commotion... Forgive me. I don't believe I ever thanked you for helping me with this.
You were taking on a league of professional assassins. I suppose I'll forgive it.
You've done much to help House Montilier. And should you ever visit Antiva, stories of the welcome we'll give you will be told for years.
Really like it, but sometimes... Oof. Some of those takes are not good. It was such a waste. Like, she literally just said the guy was coming at me with a knife and I pushed him away. But it was such a waste. I don't know. Dude, he was about to kill you. He didn't feel that way. Why should you?
Worship?
It's your worship, but, you know, I'll let you off.
Well, how are you?
Please tell me. Please tell me.
I'll see you later, Dagna.
You have not just sent me down here for nothing. Please tell me you have not sent me down here for nothing. Leliana. If it's Dagna who's doing it, game. It's Dagna who's doing it. Why the fuck do we have to go upstairs? Ah, because it'll take longer and you're padding up the game runtime. I see. Okay. Fucking hell. It really is pathetic. Like, why?
Have we smuggled the other memory crystal into Calpurnia's camp?
We have. Here.
Ugh. Even honey can't sweeten Philandris. I'll keep trying. You are no slave, Linnea. I'll add another spoonful myself, later.
What have you learned so far?
While I found that interesting, this is what you must hear.
Master, forgive me. I didn't expect.
The time for your ascension nears. Tell me of your preparation.
They go well enough, although I'm distracted here. If I could train at the shrine.
Only Dumat's faithful may enter. Continue as before. Or would you see the Imperium's rebirth stalled by your lack of focus?
I will be ready, as the vessel, and Tevinter's champion.
Whatever Corypheus intends for the vessel, it's happening soon.
Another deflection. Why, a dwarven bauble, as if mine was miraculously returned to me. Let's give your new owner a glimpse of his fate. Venatori, we leave!
That is all the crystal recorded before she found it. But I think it may be enough. Shrine to Dumat, Corypheus said. Where Calpurnia is forbidden to go.
Who is this Dumat that Corypheus mentioned?
An old god, worshipped in ancient Tevinter as the Dragon of Silence. He was the first to rise as an archdemon and bring the blight. Truly a god fit for Corypheus.
If that shrine is Corypheus's inner sanctum, I want in.
Perhaps he believes the shrine is sacred. More likely, he's hiding something from Calpurnia, and she suspects it. Let us investigate this shrine. Carefully. I doubt Corypheus has left it unguarded.
Okay. So I guess this part we will be doing mostly cleaning up side missions, essentially. Just cleaning things up. Side missions that we want to do. Anyway.
You seem to enjoy yourself at the Winter Palace, Liliana. Or was that part of the game?
Perhaps it was both.
So this is the shrine Corypheus hid from Calpurnia.
There are similar places in Tevinter. Notice how you feel it in the back of your mind. There's power here. Or was.
It is far, far too quiet.
Seems deserted. But they always seem deserted.
I like this. This is like near the Anderfels then, so this is like the only time in the game when you're actually way up north. I think this is the closest you're ever going to get to Tevinter in this game, until the next one. Oh, that's not good.
Awake in a world twisted into perversion and ruin. Awake only to discover the light of wisdom has gone black. Samson has failed, but Calpurnia stands ready.
These are more memory crystals. Corypheus was recording his thoughts.
Okay.
The anchor is gone, taken by a mage of lesser gifts. I shall descend on this haven with fire and fury and take it back. Let us see what manner of herald this age has bred.
Alright, that was working out for you, big guy.
I recited the old verses, how easily they come even after so long a slumber. Yet still I do not feel the presence of Dumont. Hear no whispers, no commands, silence has fallen. How does this age stand such desolation? They seem to have maker answers their prayers. Once I have ascended, I will be their answer. I will be their light.
Thing is, you can sort of understand where he's coming from. Especially if you've been asleep for that long, you know what I mean? And you're like really... like really devout, you know?
Calpurnia prepares to set foot in the place where regret dwells to bring it into the light. She cannot know what must be done, cannot understand. In time, she will forgive. slave girl who burned with potential, ignored by all save myself. Her master did not see it. No one saw it. The world has gone craven and blind.
Okay.
Light the burner. Add a teaspoon of cinnamon. He came down in fire and splendor. Chapter 9, verse 1.
Look at that containment spell. It would hold a dozen pride demons.
What is this? Who are you?
Magister Erasmus, am I a scholar of Tevinter? To Corypheus I am bound to answer every question. For Sanius' sake, I am lost.
In that case, tell me everything you know about Corypheus.
I was the greatest scholar of the old gods in Minrathus. No, in the Imperium. One night, he came to my door. For my relics, I thought, my writings and runes. And instead, my slave went to his side, Calpurnia, to become the vessel that saved Tevinter.
If Calpurnia is this vessel, what are the contents going to be?
I do not know. It must be some sort of power. Power like Earthemials, risen in flame.
Is that why Calpurnia joined Corypheus? To save your empire?
Yes, she seeks a leader, Corypheus, to shape Tevinter's rebirth. She would raise up the slaves as she was raised. Bring a new order with a heart of steel. She could do it if she were not the vessel.
When is Calpurnia becoming this vessel? How? Where?
I do not know those answers. But after Corypheus crafts a vessel for whatever power he seeks, yes. But he does not need his vessel to have free will. About her, these same chains will fall. Iron to cage lightning. My binding is the poor pencil sketch. Calpurnia will be the masterpiece.
She'd reconsider being Corypheus's pet magister if she found out.
Hers is a cold rage to rival the wrath of Corypheus. Oh, this chain has broken me, friend. No wings can raise my mind. Please, breach the circle. Its wards will trigger. I will be dust and light. Free.
Or it will kill us. Corypheus is not above placing such a trap.
Corypheus' circle will hold its destruction within. Tight. Tight. No fear. Only freedom.
We need the information you have, but you don't have to suffer. If I make you tranquil, you can still help us. There will be no more pain.
To mind my mind. What is left? Yes. Fetch your mages. I will take silence at last.
go. I know Dorian disapproved, but you know. If he just wants to, like, to not feel that anymore, then you know, he doesn't have to die. You know. And you can always reverse. We know we can reverse tranquility too. So, you know. I guess Dorian doesn't know that, but we do.
Here is the request Harriet made. The reports from our agents at the shrine are intriguing. You were correct. Once Calpurnia becomes the vessel, she will lose her freedom. Magister Erasthenes has been most helpful, even grateful, as much as a tranquil can be.
He must have suffered a long time, if tranquility suits him.
It does. He seems more than pleased to repay your mercy. Corypheus's notes mention a place where regret dwells. That is more of a mystery. Until the notes are deciphered, I intend rumors of the binding ritual to reach Calpurnia's ears.
Now we've done the hard work. Calpurnia might investigate the shrine herself.
Scouts are posted, but she has yet to appear. Breaching his sanctum might give Corypheus pause, yet Calpurnia is silent, as are her agents. We have given her something to think about.
Okay. Let's do a few of these. Not that I believe Blackwall's an actual Grey Warden, but I want to see the rest of his story, so let's play along.
Let's look around.
I appreciate this, Inquisitor.
One of the Templar targets. Sad that it came to this, but at least it is done.
This fucking game, it's fucking hills, and it's fucking hinterlands, quote unquote, that aren't even flat. Piss off. If I can get to level 18 and something like that, then I'll just go and do it. I might just go and do it anyway. Doors of Hakkon, I mean. I think we're overpowered enough to go and do it. I mean, look, hinterlands. How is that in a fucking hinterland? Look at that. These are mountains, game. Okay, I guess we can go and do that. As long as the one less Venatori is one less Venatori overall and not just here. I honestly think it's just a way for you to get your approval up with them, pretty much. In fact, I think that is what it is. It's if your approval rating isn't high enough with them, you can go and do these quests and it'll sort of mend the damage. If you want to mend the damage. But unfortunately for Blackwall, I think it's more akin to he won't say anything unless you get his approval up to something like Okay. Isn't Andruil, that we just saw a sword in Lord of the Rings?
Inquisitor, I've something for you.
Sure it was.
Ferelden has faced enough Darkspawn for a lifetime. 10 years passed, and you can still see how the Blight haunts this country and its people.
Good find.
Oh, so just killing Darkspawn, you get a lot of help with him, okay. Yeah, you know what? We kept the Grey Wardens around for a reason, they can do this. Okay. I don't think we're doing any more of those fetch quest missions for the companions. They like us well enough, you know.
This is just... It's something to keep their hands busy. I'm grateful you tracked me down when you did. As exciting as wandering the woodlands was, this is better. It's good to be part of something so important. Something that could change things.
Does this mean we have your full support?
If that's what's important to you, then yes. You've earned my loyalty. You are who you choose to follow. Someone told me that once. Took me years to understand what he meant.
And some of us choose not to follow at all.
We can't all be born leaders. It was a chevalier who said those words to me. A powerful man, but never without honor. A true knight. We met as competitors in the Grand Tourney. He left me with that advice before we parted. Put aside his own ambitions to help me win the melee. I don't think I ever thanked him.
What is this Grand Tourney?
You've never heard of it? The Grand Tourney of the Free Marches. It's a spectacle. Song, dance, wine, every amusement you can imagine. But the greatest part is the contest of arms. Prove yourself in the Grand Tourney, and you can make your fortune.
How did he help you?
There were 100 men on the field, each one fighting for himself. The knight and I had forged an alliance. It was just the two of us, and we took all comers. The goal, down as many opponents as possible. He always let me deliver the final blow.
He must have wanted something from you to help like that.
A pupil, a squire. Someone to teach and to mold. He saw my potential. When it was over, he offered to mentor me. To teach me to become a chevalier like him. And I, young and stupid, turned him down flat. I just won the melee at the Grand Tourney. I didn't need him. I should have gone with him. Perhaps things could have been different.
Don't waste your time on regret.
Regret has its uses. It comes from reflection, and stops you from making the same mistakes twice. But I'm older, hopefully wiser, and I think I've chosen the right person to walk with. Yes?
Nothing right now. Perhaps in a bit.
Okay. At least that was something, I guess.
Masters, Inquisitor, is it true? Is the mark on your hand magic cast by Corypheus?
Corypheus claimed it's a spell gone wrong.
I wanted to think it was a blessing. A sign the Maker was returning to his creation. How credulous of me.
The anchor's nothing more special than a misfired spell.
At least you had the good fortune to take it from Corypheus. Does it hurt? The anchor, that is.
Not pain, it's more like my nerves go on fire.
It sounds most unpleasant.
It's not too bad.
I expected ruins.
They were. As you see, the Inquisition has not been idle.
Would it be possible to meet the Herald before we return to Ghislaine?
My dear Laurent, for you, anything. Allow me to present Inquisitor Adar.
Your worship, you do us great honor.
Inquisitor, this is my dear Bastien's sister, Grand Cleric Marceline, and his son, Duke Laurent of the Council of Heralds.
Madame de Fer has told us what great trials you faced, trying to save my poor brother's life.
The Maker called my father to his side. It was valiant of you to champion him in his final hours.
If only I'd been able to save Bastien.
The Circle of Magi told Bastien many years ago that his illness was incurable. It was simply his time.
Would you mind waiting for me in the chapel, my dears? The Inquisitor and I have business to discuss.
It has been our very great pleasure, Herald.
Do you like the naked canary
This
statues?
has been quite the triumph, hasn't it? They just adore you.
We failed to save Bastien, and you're showing his grieving relatives around Skyhold? How is this a triumph?
We did all we could for my darling Bastien, and the family knows that. Laurent is a dear, almost as pious as his aunt, and new to a seat of great power in the Empire. And Marceline is one of the strongest voices among the Grand Clerics. Now they will both come to us for advice. The Inquisition is truly a power now, and there's no telling how far its influence will reach. But enough of this talk. Here, I have something for you. I commissioned this ring from the Formari, the greatest enchanters in all Thedas, for you.
This is a generous gift. Thank you, Vivienne.
Once it was customary for the circles to craft enchantments for their staunchest friends and allies. And you have been both. I must go to see my guests now. Another time, darling.
That's pretty sweet.
What can I do for you, Inquisitor?
I've read your tale of the champion, and I have a few questions.
That's a pretty common reaction. Go ahead.
Carry on.
Guess I don't.
Hello.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
Wow, if you don't get his approval up, he's really, really boring, isn't he?
The Inquisitor's work is never done, I see.
I should go.
Try not to kill anyone without me.
Well, I guess that's it for now. In terms of companion things. We've done all the... We've tied up as much loose ends as we can for now. I think next time... Let me just double check one thing. Oops. Okay. So the descent is actually level 17, so we'll be doing that next time. So thank you very much for watching. See you then.